film fans, some movies become part of our being. I think we all have those movies we return to because they are part of our inspiration or part of our childhood. Most of the works I've looked at so far on this channel have been works that influenced my life at a young age. No movie affected me more so in the days of VHS than John Carpenter's mood-driven masterpiece, Prince of Darkness. The ideas behind a movie are often what make them, and Prince of Darkness is a movie full of ideas.
Maybe this universal mind resides in the mirror image instead of in our universe as we wanted to believe.
Carpenter said of the film,
So I came up with this idea of an anti-god, and this is his son. I came up with it by my love of science at the time. I was into quantum mechanics. That's why I wanted to kind of unite religion and science.
From this, we learn about John Carpenter, that he makes movies that he's interested in. He's often gone back to the low-budget or independent world to make the films that he wanted to make with no studio interference. Carpenter said with Prince of Darkness, he wanted to make something different than the quick-cut jump scare style of direction in which horror was headed. Something which I find incredibly helpful when analyzing how Prince of Darkness works as a movie is that Carpenter said he was influenced by the long suspenseful style of German Expressionism.
While order does exist in the universe, it is not at all what we had in mind.
And then there's European Expressionism, or German Expressionism, a lot of wide, long shots that kind of, they're a languid quality, to slow it down. I suppose that little German Expressionism crept into my work occasionally, just let things play out a little longer.
I think what this style does is allows you to take in the mood and the atmosphere of the piece using proven cinematic techniques. This proves something which I've often thought, and that is that John Carpenter is a master craftsman who studied the techniques of cinema. Carpenter himself has said he took pieces from his film education to make this movie, a new and intriguing work that is much more than the sum of its parts. He took influences from Cocteau and Nigel Neal in the Quatermass movies,
And you can't see this world any longer.
and infused them with his own ideas of quantum mechanics
Sought to impose order on the universe.
to masterfully craft a story of science and religion. Carpenter talks about his influences.
I was influenced by some of the Hammer vampire movies where you had the way to fight Dracula would be to hold up a crucifix and dash holy water on him, which is a fascinating idea.
Unclean spirit.
This can help to teach us how great ideas can be crafted by using proven cinematic techniques as a tool to help develop our own ideas.
Let's talk about our beliefs and what we can learn about them.
If we were to take this as helping analyze Prince of Darkness and how it was crafted to work as a movie, what does that tell us? It means that one can see that this film is built on extremely strong foundations. Carpenter was working on a tight budget of $3 million that allowed him creative freedom, but that meant that everything had to be done to save time and money. Utilizing these influences and his knowledge of technique, he managed to create an atmosphere of unease that permeates throughout this movie to give the audience an impending sense of dread. Looking at the influence of Cocteau, it could be said that Carpenter used this inspiration to give the film a surreal feeling that helps to open up the universe of the film and its minimal locations. This makes a low-budget movie seem much larger in its scope and setting than its small siege-style claustrophobic sets would otherwise allow. In conversation, Carpenter spoke about the atmosphere that he tried to create.
The stillness was part of this atmosphere that I wanted to create inside this church, this set, of it being permeated, being controlled by something that you should be afraid of. That it's everywhere, it's all around you.
Listening to Carpenter's words, It seems that he did something similar to putting a reflective surface in a small room to make it seem larger. He used his influences and imagination and created a whole other world inside the world of Prince of Darkness. He combined this with its small siege setting to create an atmosphere of dread that hangs in the background of the whole movie. This again helps to show us that Carpenter is a master craftsman who uses every cinematic tool at his disposal to help create a work that affects an audience. Carpenter remarked on the visual style of the film.
Every shot in here is specifically designed to communicate something. I think that's partially because of the budget we had. It would also makes you work really hard to get exactly what you want in the shot.
This is the power that this low budget gave Carpenter. This hard work really pays off, and his incredible skill at movie making as a craftsman really shines through. And I think that is a major factor in the structure of this film. It has a mysterious atmosphere that maintains a sense of constant dread throughout the whole movie. Carpenter's exquisite, minimalist and claustrophobic score fills the movie with an impending sense of dread and creates a wall-to-wall carpet atmosphere that Carpenter says works on you. The score for this film is often credited as being one of the best in modern horror.
What's it doing?
Reaching out. Influencing.
Summing up the lessons that Prince of Darkness tells us when studying Carpenter's work,
You must help us.
it teaches us that the creative success of his work can be put down to the hard work, the great ideas, and the personal freedom that adds up to a movie that stands the test of time and is in constant re-evaluation. Carpenter's work is often put in focus by academics and can be considered the inspiration for many of today's modern filmmakers. This barely scratches the surface about John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness and his techniques. So if you want to see more movies like this about Carpenter's work and other filmmakers, please like and subscribe. And thanks for listening.